This guy's been training his iron palm technique for years. Just one casual strike and he shakes off all the sweat from his body. But just as he's about to wrap up his training, there's suddenly some noise coming from the punching bag behind him. Drawing on years of martial arts experience, Retsa gently places his palm on the punching bag. But what happens next? He actually hears a human heartbeat coming from inside. Without hesitation, Retsa slices the bag open with a knife hand strike. Nobody could have expected what was hidden inside was Kato. Barely clinging to life, Kato was rushed to the hospital immediately. The news sent shockwaves through the entire Shinshinkai. At the meeting, Katsumi barely contained his rage as he read the injury report. Multiple compound fractures in his arms and legs, nasal bone, neck, ribs and many other bones broken. Lost 28 teeth, severe brain trauma. Every word he read felt like a knife to the heart, piercing the souls of every Shinshinkai member, and he'd barely read through 10% of it. Katsumi angrily threw the report to the ground. The Shinshinkai isn't a charity, and it's not some educational institute, so their way of handling this is pretty straightforward. They're gonna take Dorian out. So Katsumi immediately announced they'd print 5 million copies of Dorian's photo. He wanted every single Shinshinkai disciple hunting for Dorian. Meanwhile, Dorian had no clue that danger was heading his way, casually enjoying his Western meal. But the waiter nearby immediately recognized him. Seeing this, Dorian quickly flagged down a taxi to make his escape, but he didn't know that from the moment the manhunt began, millions of eyes across the country were watching him. Shinshinkai members were embedded in every profession throughout Tokyo, and they all had one goal: to avenge Kato. Surrounded, Dorian gave up resisting. In less than 2.5 minutes, the driver brought him to an amusement park. Looking at the thousands of Shinshinkai members in front of him, Dorian showed no fear whatsoever. Instead, he arrogantly got into his fighting stance, and Dorian claimed he could single-handedly take on 1,000 of them. No problem. The Shinshinkai members thought he was just talking big, but the next second, Dorian let out a massive roar. That froze all 50,000 members, right where they stood, because Shinshinkai rules only allow one-on-one duels, and cunning Dorian was exploiting this rule perfectly. Seeing Dorian's smug expression, the taxi driver finally snapped and attacked first. A flurry of punches immediately rained down on Dorian, but the skill gap was just too wide. While blocking the attacks, Dorian sent the driver flying with just one punch. The Shinshinkai members were instantly stunned. Seeing this, Dorian became even more arrogant, calling all the Shinshinkai members a bunch of weaklings. Then he strutted right into the amusement park. Because his instincts told him stronger opponents awaited inside, Dorian soon hopped on the carousel. But just as he was having fun, a dark figure suddenly flashed by, and without a word, kicked the old man off. The newcomer was none other than Suedo Atsushi, third Dan of Shinshinkai.
新進会館3段水道敦ってもんだ